Ladies and gentlemen, the house is now open. The house is now open. Thank you.
Webster's definition: gay, happily excited, having or inducing high spirits, given to social pleasures. Sex, sexual activity between people, especially sexual activity in which a man puts his penis into. Underground, beneath the surface, in or into hiding or secret operation. Gay, sex, underground.
Underground, Palm Springs. With Charlie Harding.
Hey gang, it's Charlie Harding, and I am so excited. I am headed to Palm Springs, California. It is the land of the sun, the pools, the hot guys. You name it, Palm Springs has it. And get this, it's Palm Springs Pride this weekend. So not only is it gonna be an amazing time, it's gonna be a huge, amazing time. In fact, they've asked me to be in the parade, and I'm the promoter for a party at the tool shed called Piggy. So let's get ready for some fun. As always, my first stop is gonna be one of the bars. This time, instead of talking to the bartender, I'm actually gonna meet my co-promoter, Brent, for the party that I'm throwing later. He lives in Palm Springs and knows everything there is to know about where to go, what to do, who to do, all that fun stuff. So he's who I'm gonna talk to at this one.
Oh, good to see you. It's been days. It's good to be in Palm Springs.
Right? Yeah, I like it here. So we got a big party coming up that we're putting together.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to premiere, Piggy.
So, and then Sunday we have the parade, and there's the street festival all weekend.
Oh my God.
Right?
Pride is going to be insane though.
Yeah, I heard there's going to be like 100 and something thousand people here. So we're actually, Palm Springs has become the second largest Pride celebration in the state of California, only to San Francisco now.
It's fantastic.
I'm actually going to be in it. I have a car, I'm going to wave like the queen.
Oh.
That I am. Oh wait.
Wrist, elbow.
Wrist, yeah, what is it? Wrist, whatever, anyway.
Okay, that was filming. And you know what? This is a really unique parade because so many of the schools get involved. So it's not just businesses and politicians. Almost every high school, middle schools get involved.
Oh, neat.
And so it's this kind of next generation of queer kids that see a point in getting out there and celebrating the fact that they're in a community that embraces them.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. It's actually kind of
can't
emotional.
Wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah. Okay, so Friday night is the premiere of our party, Piggy.
Right.
And then we're following that up with Trick, which is a great production company from San Diego, and a good transition from Friday into Saturday. Really keep it going,
Awesome.
A bunch of hot go-go's.
Awesome.
A bunch of guys milling around. Yeah, and then Sunday, Toolshed's really known for their Sunday Fun Day.
Okay.
Which is cheap drinks, fun guys, really laid back.
And fetish wear, from what I hear.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. So Fetish Fun Day Sunday. So,
Absolutely.
all right, cool. Everything's kind of in one general area too, right? There's sort of one little neighborhood.
Sure. It's called Arenas. So in Arenas, they've got some lots of really cool gay shops and some fetish shops mixed in with some bars and some restaurants.
You can drunk shop. I'm good at that. Get a little liquor in me, and I go in and buy all sorts of stuff I don't need.
You look at your credit card bill in the back of your car.
What the hell did I do?
Right.
What are some of the places, like say for a happy hour, to go during the week or on the weekends?
One of the stock places in Palm Springs is called Street Bar.
Okay. Straight bar or street?
No. Straight. There are no straight bars here. No.
I love it.
No. It's kind of like San Francisco. You're gay until proven otherwise.
Hey, I like that.
Right?
Yeah. So cool clothes, fetish gear, where should I go?
Gear. And gear is really geared towards a lot more fetish.
Okay.
Big toys.
Big toys. Big toys.
And then off-ramp leathers is fantastic, especially for custom stuff.
Obviously, to get through all this, I'm gonna have to fuel up. So where should I eat? Where's an important place that you would say is like the epitome of Palm Springs food?
If you can get in, there's an amazing restaurant called Tropical.
Okay. After going out to the bars and stuff, I always want some late night food. So is there anywhere that does some late night serving, that sort of thing?
Paul Bar.
Okay.
You would never know where this place was. I mean, it's one of Palm Springs' best kept secrets.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
It's where the locals go then, right?
Totally. People kind of forget is there's also a lot of mountain stuff. You know, so we got Big Bear, Joshua Tree is really gorgeous. So if you come here to visit, rent a car. Landscapes are just insanely beautiful.
Nice.
And then we also have something called the Tram, and go up there for an afternoon of hiking. There's also a place called Pioneer Town that's not far from here.
Okay.
It's got this great place called Pappy and Harriet's, which is a restaurant/music venue.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, to be able to see a live concert with the backdrop of like a desert sunset.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I keep hearing that a lot of folks are moving to Palm Springs, like from Denver and LA and San Francisco and San Diego.
Yeah, it's fun.
So I met Michael Carroll Green, who owns the Triangle Inn. Super nice guy, and I'm actually going to stay there. It's one of the clothing optional resorts, which is kind of nice. You know, a little sun on the buns, you know, that kind of thing.
So, sun's out, buns out.
Sun's
right?
out, buns out. And evidently the sun's always out here in Palm Springs. Where else? Where are fun places to stay? Where are sexy places to stay?
Well, let's do the sexy ones first,
Okay.
because they're definitely some very sexually adventurous ones.
Okay.
Some more than others. So we've got the Canyon Club.
Okay.
It's really nice. Great pool. Usually fun guys.
Okay.
On the south end of Palm Springs, there's All Worlds.
Okay.
It's kind of famous. Anyone that watched porn in the late 80s, early 90s has probably heard of like.
I would never watch porn.
I've heard. I don't watch. I don't watch it myself.
Allegedly, yeah.
They offer day passes too, so you don't have to just stay there to get in. So maybe you're feeling a little feisty. Another resort called CCBC. It's technically not in Palm Springs, but it's in Cathedral City, the same place where the barracks is. So there's a place called Indulge that the first time I came here, we stayed there. And it was so much fun, so laid back.
Gotcha. Now a little more upscale, where would we go?
Sure. So the Santiago is really nice. East, which is fantastic. Because a lot of times rooms get sold out on big party weekends. Because remember, in Palm Springs, we've got stuff like White Party.
Right.
There's
Right.
Coachella. I mean, there's always these festivals.
Right. So plan
Sometimes these
ahead.
places- yeah, you really need to.
If you have a sexual fetish, go to Palm Springs because they'll probably have a weekend event for your fetish.
Lord knows.
So, you know, no matter what it is.
Right.
So that's
Actually, I don't think we have a furry thing yet, but maybe that'll be
It's
next.
coming. I'm sure it's coming.
If you're a real art guy, we've got a lot of great museums.
Okay.
Everything from modern to contemporary to kind of classic. But if you're really interested in something unique, go check out the Babies in the Dirt. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but you know what? We're kind of
Babies in the Dirt. Okay.
Yeah. Just check it out.
All right, I'll have to find that one. Yeah.
People talk about it a lot.
Okay. I'll do that. I need to go check into my hotel. Mwah. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
All right,
Talk to you later.
bye.
Bye.
Now that I'm all checked into my room and comfy, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna see all of Arenas Road. Look at those mountains. They are so magical. First stop is Hunter's, where almost every night there's something special going on. It's a spacious bar with plenty of room, and it gets pretty crowded. It has 2 bars and a dance floor, and of course the people are friendly. Hey, the bartender even gave me a shot. Street Bar is known for their inexpensive drinks, and boy are they strong. Almost every night is karaoke night, so if you want to work your inner star, come on down. And I always love a good Egyptian statue to welcome you to the bathroom. Black Book is just a nice, modern, hip bar with tasty drinks and treats. This is where the best nachos in town live. And they have a Taco Tuesday. Yum! Quads is a video bar. They do nights with clips from musicals. So bring out your inner Broadway star and sing along. My friends, Stephen Roach and Paul Bacido, also put on a special night with their Filmmakers Gallery. Something very special to do while you're in town. Chill has something cool going on every single night, from bingo to go-go dancers. And then not far from Arenas is Toucans, a fun, crazy, tiki-style bar that has lots of fun things going on. And they're best known for their Sunday night drag show with locals and a lot of those amazing drag race stars that you see on TV. Bearware, great shop for all your bar, dancing, and swimming needs if you're one of the bigger, burlier bear guys. Now, Rough Trade has all your rubber, leather, and all those toys that you need. I don't think I look too bad. And I found the perfect cap. Palm Springs Piercing Company is where you can get something to fill all your holes. And if you want more, they can do that too. Also fun is Divided, their sister store, with one-of-a-kind shirts, shorts, and t-shirts. Craven Culture is just around the corner from Arenas and has unique things for your home to go along with your Palm Springs unique style. They also have one-of-a-kind shirts and shorts too, and I love this place. On Palm Canyon, there's Seaplane. It's a one-of-a-kind shirt store using vintage fabrics and end runs. All right, now let's talk about food. Now, I love to go to Lulu's Cafe and Bistro. It's a staple in Palm Springs. It's glitzy and it's fun, and it's a great place to sit on the patio for man watching. The food is good and the drinks are great. It's a fun place to meet up. Something to know is that happy hour at the bar is almost all the time. Across the street is Zen, a great place to have your all-you-can-drink mimosas on Saturday and Sunday brunch. Place that I love to go to, it's Billy Reed's. It's been around since the 70s, and it's kind of a Victorian time capsule. The food is fine and retro, but the desserts are amazing. Now, something completely fun is the Stark White fancy interior at 849. Now, the food is fabulous. The drinks, amazing. If you want simple diner food, Rick's is the place everybody goes. Now, where to stay? Well, there's Infusion Beach Club. It's great for a mixed crowd. Palm Springs is more than 50% gay, so every place you stay, play, or eat is gonna have some homos. Close to where I'm staying is Escape. Also, Tortuga del Sol. Sadly, I did not find the time to go naked hiking, but my friend Esteban did, and he shared a pic of him and his pals doing it. Next time, while you're running around, make sure you look down on the sidewalks. Palm Canyon has their own version of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The Plaza Theater is a historic theater right on South Palm Canyon. Now, it was built in 1936, and it's most known for the show The Fabulous Palm Springs Follies from 1990 to 2014. Lucille Ball, like many other Hollywood stars, had a place here. No, we all love Lucy. Now, on my way back to the room, I can't help but mention the Desert AIDS Project. It's a great place for anyone who needs assistance. They treat people with dignity and respect. One of the things that makes Palm Springs extremely unique is the architecture. So one of the things that I wanted to do while I was here was meet with an expert so that I could actually find out more about where it came from, what is it called, because there's so much uniqueness here. So what I've done is I've actually scheduled a meeting here with Christopher Kennedy. He is an aficionado on all things mid-century modern. He actually wrote the book on it, Making Mid-Century Modern. So we have his entire book. It's amazing. I've been flipping through this, and I think I'm gonna have to take one of these home. So, without further ado, Christopher Kennedy, hi.
Hi, Charlie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to my showroom.
Yeah, it's lovely. I just want to move in. So what makes something mid-century modern? What is like the epitome of mid-century modern?
I mean, definitely minimal glass and steel construction, post and beam. In California, people come here from New York or Chicago and say, these houses don't look all that great because they're literally California ranches. They're one story. They don't really look like much, kind of like a pile of bricks versus the grandeur of the East Coast or something. But if here was about simplicity in Palm Springs, it was about being on vacation. And to me, mid-century modern is about a connection to the environment. And it's about having things that you love around you, but having fewer things, but things you love and have meaning.
Gotcha, that's neat. I also noticed, just from a purely architectural standpoint, there seems to be a lot of really unique roof lines.
There are. So there's sort of three classic roof lines. The folded plate which goes like that. There's the butterfly, which has been made iconic now and really is part of our vernacular. If you picture Disney Pixar's The Incredibles and their house, it literally is modeled after our homes here in Palm Springs. So these forms might seem esoteric or only in Palm Springs, but really they're pervasive and part of our national lexicon now through the power of TV and the movies.
Oh, that's so cool. So, all right, well, Palm Springs, known for Hollywood.
Yes.
How did all that come about, from what you know?
There's a couple different stories, and I think they're both related. So the story of why Palm Springs became a Hollywood getaway is twofold. Back in the days in the 30s and 40s when actors were employed by one singular studio, right? They worked for MGM or Paramount. They always had to be on call. So they either had to be 2 hours away from LA or 100 miles. And Palm Springs happens to meet both of those criteria. And it was just far enough to get away, but you could be back if you had to get called to set. When I moved here when I was 27, I was literally, I think, the youngest person in Palm Springs. Not even bragging, just like mathematics. And all my friends said, won't you be bored in Palm Springs? I was living in LA at the time and having a grand time in West Hollywood, as you do in your 20s, I think. But I've learned if you're bored here, then you're just boring, because there's always something going on. The world really comes to us now.
Since coming here, that this is a very social and kind of event-driven tourist destination.
Yes. It's been fun to watch it evolve over 15 years. I moved here when I think Palm Springs was still beautiful, but it had lost a bit of its luster that it had. Sonny Bono, actually, when he was mayor, really kind of discouraged business and wanted to keep it a village feel, and a lot of the industry moved down to the suburbs about half an hour away, which are equally wonderful, but they don't quite have the character of Palm Springs, the rich history that we have. And watching people come back, watching things like Coachella, and a Modernism Week now that attracts 100,000 people from 20 countries come to Palm Springs every February to celebrate our history of architecture. It's just off the chart. There's always something going on in Palm Springs, and the world gets to come to me, so why would I leave?
I bet you have plenty of friends that are always dropping in to stay for a couple days, that sort of thing.
They are. It's a good problem to have.
Everything that you've seen with your design work,
yes,
and having studied architecture, what's your favorite thing? What's your favorite piece? What's your favorite style? Or, how would you, when you get excited about something, what is it?
I love the history. I went to school for architecture, like I said, and I actually went to Europe in college to study Mies van der Rohe and the Bauhaus and the Modern Masters. So I guess it was fate or kismet that I found my way to Palm Springs in my 20s. But it's really interesting that in the 80s and 90s, these homes were reviled, they were hated, they were definitely out of fashion, and people were making them look Spanish and Adobe and the Santa Fe style that my mom loved in the 80s, even though we lived in Colorado, right? So people hated these houses, and I had the pleasure of actually to meet some of the architects who were still alive when I moved here, like Wexler, who did all the Alexanders that we talked about with the roof lines. And there's a story that I will tell you if you'll indulge me, and I've heard it so many times, I think it has to be true, that as these homes were being hated and reviled and made to look like anything but they were with the cool roof lines and modern, that two guys, and it had to be two guys, right? Bought one of the houses. This was in the 90s. We still had phone books back then, and they literally looked up Mr. Wexler, who's the architect.
Oh, wow.
And they said, and keep in mind, he was living here since the 60s and the 50s, so he was watching his work get reviled and hated and changed. And then out of the blue, two guys call him and say, Mr. Wexler, we bought one of your houses, we love it, and will you help us restore it?
Oh, that's such a cool story.
To live long enough to see your work get changed and altered and then be brought back is kind of interesting. And as a designer and architect, I have to think about, we're erecting structures on this earth, and that's kind of a big deal. And I think in our consumer society, we forget the importance of architecture and design and the permanence and the impact it has on the earth. That's really all part of the movement.
You mentioned modernism, the big it's in February, right?
It's in February, a lovely time to be in Palm Springs. The weather's 80 degrees and sunny. So Modernism Week began about the same time I began my firm 14 years ago. And I was working in LA for the ex-wife of a major action star. I can't tell you who it was, but we're doing her son's house. Okay, so this is rocky. But anyway, so she calls me. She's like, Christopher, it's Modernism Week in Palm Springs, which began as this antique show and sale. And she says, I must come out and go shopping, right? And I'm like, of course, darling, you'll come out, we'll go shopping, it'll be fabulous. But I'm like, what is this thing called Modernism? So to watch it grow from an antique show and sale at the convention center to 14 years later, this international 12-day celebration of architecture and design and lectures and bus tours. It's sort of like we grew up in Palm Springs together and helped, in my small part, bring back a modernism together, and I'm just thrilled to be a part. That was all a long way of saying that now I actually produce the official show house of Modernism Week.
Oh wow, that's wonderful.
So we gut and renovate a mid-century property every year with the best of modern technology. I bring together like 12 of the world's most famous interior designers to do unique rooms, like Martin Lawrence Ballard, or Tom Felicia from Queer Eye, or Bobby Burke, my friend who's on the new Queer Eye. So we really bring together the best interior designers in the world to create unique rooms. About 5,000 folks tour it. It's published in 2 magazines, and we raise money for preservation of architecture and design student scholarships.
Fascinating.
It's a fabulous time. And actually the fashion is as much on display as the architecture. So really going to any party during a Modernism Week is a fun fashion show. People, in Trina Turk and all these lively outfits. It's really quite the time to be here.
You all are going to go to a star-studded party at Trina Turk. Now have fun and say hi to Alec Mappa for me.
Hi, I'm Alec Mappa, and I'm here at the Tree Turk Party for Pride in Palm Springs, and I'm totally excited. Look at this print. Look at all of this. I love it here. I want to die here. I can't think of any more delightful place to have sex with a complete stranger and never see them again.
So I moved here 20 years ago. I originally came out for a bachelor party, and I saw the town when I woke up in the morning, and I thought, I want to live here. This is a great place to be. This is my full-time home. And it's been amazing because the community here is extraordinary. I made more friends in Palm Springs in the space of 6 months of living here than I made in 20 years of living in Los Angeles.
I'm Mercedes Javid from Shaw's of Sunset on Bravo TV. Some people say that Disneyland is their happy place. Not if you ask me, Palm Springs is the happy place. I am obsessed. There is an energy in Palm Springs. When I drive down the 101, once I see the windmills, once I start to see the mid-century architecture, and I see the mountain range, which just the warm winds, the weather, everything, the people, the very open, accepting, relaxed beauty that is in Palm Springs, it lives forever.
Well, hi, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm so good. Welcome to Tropical. My name's Scotty.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to entertain you this evening.
Wonderful.
Have you been with us before?
No, this is my first time.
Well, hot dog, I love my virgins. So here's what we've got going on. The idea behind Tropical is elevated comfort food.
You look really familiar for some reason.
Huh.
I don't know why, but when I look at you, I want a really big burrito.
Unfortunately, I don't have any big burritos here. But what I do have, I've got fried chicken.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh, they have a recipe just like my grandma used to make, so I'm very happy with it. It's got some collard greens and mashed potatoes.
Yum.
And
that sounds delicious.
Hopefully you're in the mood for a cocktail.
Oh, of course.
All right. So when I look at you, I think coconut martini. Is that about right?
Haven't had it, but sounds like it. Let's do the coconut martini. I trust your fried chicken judgment.
All right. And you know what? I need you to save a little bit of room for dessert.
Awesome.
Just give me a moment.
Oh, wow.
I told you. Look at this.
Wow. That is beautiful.
Our owner came up with this drink right when they opened this restaurant, and it has been on this menu for 10 years.
Wow.
I told you.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
That is amazing.
It's the tip of the iceberg, baby. Let me go get your food.
Okay.
All right. Are you hungry?
Oh, wow.
Let's get you the best dish that we have here. Signature dish, fried chicken, baby.
Oh my gosh, that smells amazing.
We sell more of that fried chicken than we sell anything else, and I love it. The piece de raisons. Mile High chocolate cake. This restaurant's signature dessert. I joke around with this. I say that it goes from dessert to Breezer because you'll take half of it home tomorrow and have chocolate cake for breakfast.
Nice. I love it.
You enjoy that. I think it's amazing.
Oh, yeah. So I woke up this morning thinking about Palm Springs, realizing that this little bit of an oasis was a safe haven for the Hollywood gay and lesbian elite. They could just come here and be themselves. Stars like Rock Hudson, Dinah Shore, Liberace, Tab Hunter, Tony Perkins, the list goes on and on. This has also been one of the few places that welcomed senior LGBTQI community members. A place to go when our cities no longer supported them. They can come here and find a place with many of their own age and not feel that they're isolated. All right, folks, it's the day of the parade. I've already met a nice guy. Lucky me. Just maybe I'll see him later. Wink, wink.
I would like to welcome to the stage, from Here Media, Charlie Harding to the stage!
Yeah! Alexander, you gotta give those shirts away.
Yes, well, we're gonna give it. Here's the thing. You are gonna give us your best pickup line. How are you gonna pick up Mr. Charlie Harding? Co-host Patrick Gomez is in the audience there.
I have to prepare for this. Can you hold this for a second? Hold this mic for a second. Here we go.
Okay. Does that help? Does that help you? All right, so you see this across the bar. You walk up, and what do you say?
Yo, Charlie, want to go top down?
Now, after being here at the main stage on Arenas, I want to walk over to the festival where the booze and the food trucks are. Oscars is famous for its Sunday tea dance. Come on down and dance till you drop. Even Sonny Bono was all dressed up for Pride. Now, at the Rowan that Brent talked about, it's pretty fabulous. Oh boy, I wish I could sit here all day. What a wonderful piece of art. Wow. The babies. 10 gigantic, 8-foot-tall sculptures in formation. Now, they were created by controversial Czech Republic artist David Czerny. Good to see you. I love staying at your resort. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's so relaxing and chill, and I'm laying by the pool naked. It's wonderful.
That's what everybody does.
Cool.
That's why we're there.
So tell me, Big Pink Balls, what are these?
Big Love Balls. This is actually an art installation by an artist in Vancouver, and she does these to spread a message of love.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And so we thought they were perfect for Pride. So we've got all the Big Love Balls. We're asking people to sign them and put their own
Just
messages.
did. I signed one.
Yeah.
Palm Springs Cultural Center.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So that's my other job. So the Cultural Center does a bunch of different programs and festivals throughout the year. Cinema Diverse Gay and Lesbian Film Festival is one of them.
Into that, love it.
Yep. Also have Palm Springs Speaks, which is a speaker series that we do. We're working with Matt Farber on the Outlandish series. Last night was Miss Richfield,
I love her.
which was lots of fun.
So give me another hug.
All right, honey.
And we'll see you soon, okay?
My name is Shabazz, and I've been living in the United States for 30 years. I'm originally from Pakistan. Living here, in terms of clothing, a lot of the clothing is like mostly form-fitting. So I started designing clothing for myself. And a lot of people like the mixture of fusion and gender fluidity for Indian, Pakistani, and American trends. Yeah, we do tent design, event design, fashion design.
You name it, they do it. I'm driving along here to show you that these may look like original mid-century modern homes, but all of these are actually recreations. I have to drop by where they're doing some flagging. It's a wonderful organization that does this. Now, I don't have flags, but hey, I've at least got my Here TV flag. All right, a quick beer at the barracks and then back home to get ready for Piggy. Yay, lots of hot, wonderful men in gear. All right, so here it is, Brent and my premiere event, the Piggy Party. Just about every big weekend here in Palm Springs. Whenever there's an event coming up, check online because we'll probably have a Piggy Party.
Fuck yeah!
So what's your king? I like a jockstrap worn for like 30 plus days.
My kink is definitely nipples. My kink is also nipples.
What?
If I had to put a I guess gangbang, group.
My kink is completely exhibitionism. The more people watch me, the better. I do best in live performances, and nothing gets me fucking rock harder than having people watch me and jerk off to me.
Choking?
I would say my kink would be I love to get fucked. That's pretty much it.
I love hits. It's pretty much better than poppers. All the sweat and just God, it gets me off.
Favorite kink is water sports. Love drinking from the tap and drinking piss out of an ass.
So what's your kink?
Oh my God, I was so glad to get to hook up with that guy from this morning. I needed a little release before going to bed. Thank you, Palm Springs. I can't wait to be in you again.
Underground Palm Springs.